I'm Robbie Damon, the host of Wondery's Kids and Family podcast, Little Stories Everywhere, where each episode we take you on a magical journey through original tales and reimagined children's classics, sure to entertain the whole family. Whether you're listening during story time or enjoying screen-free entertainment, Little Stories Everywhere has a story for everyone. Follow along with Camilla in Camilla the Indoor Pigeon, where a New York City pigeon decides that she's done living in Central Park and embarks on a journey to find a home in a cozy apartment. Or join Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, looking for a friend in Nessie Needs a Friend. You're about to hear a preview of Camilla the Indoor Pigeon from Little Stories Everywhere.
From Wondery, I'm Virginia Madsen, and this is Little Stories Everywhere. Each episode will bring you stories for kids that spark the imagination, take you to other worlds, and bring joy. This is Camilla, the Indoor Pigeon. Camilla was not your typical New York City pigeon. She wasn't satisfied with just cooing in the park all day, kicking up dirt. She found it boring and completely unsophisticated. She liked keeping herself tidy. She loved reading the newspaper, the style section in particular. And she always listened in on foreign tourists talking in the park. It kept her feeling worldly and cultured. "Hey, Camilla," barked her older brother, Dante. Dante was 13 in bird years and a total brute. "I bet by the end of the day, that entire bench will be covered." Dante pointed to a bench where a lady sat sipping a cup of coffee. "Covered? Covered in what?" asked Camilla. Suddenly, something plopped down on the lady's shoulder. She jumped up and spilled her coffee before realizing the plop was bird poo. Dante cackled as Camilla groaned in disgust. She did not find this amusing. Just then, Camilla's younger brother, Omar, landed, shouting with glee. "Did you see that, Dante? Perfect aim! I got her!" Dante and Omar bumped chests and celebrated. Camilla just shook her head. When Omar noticed Camilla, he blushed with embarrassment. "I only tried it that once, Camilla, and I'll never do it again." Dante interjected. "Don't worry about her. I think somebody's just cranky because she didn't get enough sleep last night." It was true. Camilla did feel cranky. Her flock lived in Central Park, and they slept on rafters underneath the reservoir bridge. The weather was turning colder outside, and unlike all the other pigeons, Camilla just couldn't manage to keep warm. She was up half the night trying to snuggle up to her brothers for warmth. "Hey, Old Man Whitaker is here with a sack of bread." "Food!" Pigeons had already started swarming the man. "You coming, sis?" asked Omar. "For a chocolate cupcake, maybe. But I'm not really up for being shoved and trampled over a hunk of stale bread. I think I'll go for a fly." But she was talking to no one. Her brothers had already bolted, leaving her all by her lonesome. Camilla didn't mind being alone. She knew she was different from the other pigeons. Most of them were happy to stay in Central Park, but Camilla's favorite thing to do was to fly through different neighborhoods all around New York City. She loved seeing what else was out there. As Camilla soared over to the gigantic Macy's department store, she saw shoppers going into the big building, leaving with armfuls of shopping bags. She saw office workers rushing out to lunch, and when she looked in through the office building windows, she saw others talking on their phones or working on their computers. Camilla especially loved looking inside windows. Pigeons weren't allowed indoors, so These little glimpses into a human's life fueled her imagination for days. Camilla found a nice empty window ledge of an apartment building to sit on and peered inside. There were soft, plush couches and a clean, beautiful carpet. It looked so warm and cozy in there. "Here, birdie, birdie, birdie." A voice called to Camilla. "Who's that?" thought Camilla. She must have been about 15 stories high, so it had to be coming from inside the apartment. Camilla stared hard and scanned the room. Just then, a big, fat, orange cat leapt up on the ledge inside the glass window. "Oh!" Camilla was so startled, she accidentally backed off the ledge. She fell 4 stories before she was able to recover and fly back to the window, this time at a safe distance. "What in the world are you doing inside, cat?" asked Camilla. She had only ever seen cats outside before, and from her experience, they were bad news for birds. "My name is Penelope, sweetheart, and there's no need to be scared of me. We've got a thick piece of glass between us." Maybe Penelope was right. She couldn't hurt Camilla through the window pane. Plus, she didn't look like the mean, mangy cats Camilla was used to. Penelope had beautiful, shiny fur and a collar with rhinestones. Camilla cautiously landed on the windowsill to find out more. "You don't want to hunt me for your dinner?" "Oh, no, honey. I'm an indoor cat. My dinner comes to me served in a bowl, not flapping its wings." "You mean you live inside? I bet that's wonderful." "I sure do. I get to lounge around on the couch, primp my fur, and play with my humans. I've got them wrapped around my little paw because I'm so darn lovable. They even buy me toys and fluff up my cat bed every night." Camilla was floored. She could barely talk. You have your own bed?"
You just heard a preview of Camilla the Indoor Pigeon. You can listen to Little Stories Everywhere on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or listen ad-free in the Wondery app.